All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. How we doing? How we doing? Rysair, Shira, Sabardik. Hi, hi. Um, yeah. So I'm back from regionals. Didn't do as well as I would have liked. I got 11th out of 51. Pretty good points, but I'm not quite gold yet. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna be entering a couple locals this week as well as online webcam tournaments as much as I can. Unfortunately, I can't stream those. Hey, Zeph, how's it going? Unfortunately, gold status. So here, let me see if I can show that off. Um, Dex. So if I look at my profile here, let me see, what's the best way to show this? Window, maybe? Window capture? Do I have a window capture? Hello? This one, I guess? So if we look at this chopped up, oops, we definitely don't want to show that. Not that it's basically, you can see here on Omnidex, which is the official, oh, you can't see my cursor, hold on. You can see my cursor, I'm just not clicked in the window. There we go. So basically here is the Omnidex. You can see I'm silver with 1,383 championship points. You need 1,500 to get gold. And if you see it, this ends in 17 days, so I have almost 3 weeks to get gold. I need 120 CP. And if you look at the season guide, oh, here we go. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you've got gold rank 1,600 champion points. I thought it was. It is. It's 1,500. Okay, this is just how things contribute. For every VP is gained for every match of Grand Archive played, regardless of if you win or lose. All of it goes to your championship points, and it does not reset from season to season. So entering stuff gives you points. Your elo, the higher it is, for every 3 elo, you get 1 point towards it. And then your top 6 events also go towards it. My top 6 events are pretty good right now. It's like the regional that I won, tourney that I placed pretty well in, the store championship that I won, probably the regional that I placed 11th in is somewhere here. This actually might be the regional that I placed 11th in, and all that. So like, I don't think I'm gonna get event points, but I can get VP by just entering stuff. And so if I enter enough stuff, I can get there. And you get a promo for being gold. So right now I've earned the silver promo. It'll come up in a second. I've earned this, the swooping talons. Do the chickens have large talons? But I want this Scry the Skies, because not only is this a staple card that I play, it's beautiful. And you need gold for that. And so you can also get the promo version of it, which is like, you have to be in the top 100 rated. I don't think I'm going to get that far. I just don't have the time. I asked my group to record Buddy Fight, and it sounds like I can. That sounds cool. Hey, human, how's it going? So today I want to sleeve some cards, maybe talk about the regional a little bit. Just kind of chill out. I'm tired. So I was maybe going to play Grand Blue today, but I decided not to. I decided instead just that I was going to sleeve some cards. So I have this deck right here that I'm gonna sleeve. It is a Wind Lorraine Crux list. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's not quite ASMR. I mean, I can do that next to the microphone, I guess. But you might hear this card slap down as well. I do that pretty hard. But this is a Wind Crux Lorraine deck, which is a deck that I've kind of been looking for the ability to play for a long time. I really like the Champion Lorraine. And so this is a different deck, but I had a Fire Lorraine deck put together that like used a lot of like swords and used a lot of things like that to like be aggressive and try to like one-shot the opponent. And this kind of does that. But in addition, it also lets you play a mid-range game. And, like, you could beat down with allies, or you could play a mid-range game. Ryder, do you know what today is? Today is Monday, the 29th of April. And that is as far as I know. Oh, wow.
49-month sub anniversary.
It is your 49-month sub anniversary. Welcome back to the tournament staff, Shira. Longest running member, 49 months. That's over 4 years. Congratulations. Thank you so much for the support. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to de-sleeve this. I have these Tanuki sleeves for my material deck, and then I'm going to sleeve this one in the eggshell white with a matte, double matte interior finish. I don't remember exactly what they say in the business card scene from American Psycho, but eggshell, the double matte finish. So I'm just gonna kind of sloppily unsleeve all these, and then I'll re-sleeve the deck, and I'll talk about the cards that are going in the deck when I do that. These Tanuki sleeves are cute. I got them on Amazon. But they kind of peel. They're like, you know how some art sleeves, like if you nick the corner too many times, they'll start to peel. These definitely do that, but they're super cute. So like, I would just buy another pack if that started happening too often. Right, so here's a bunch of cards that I already took out of the deck. I just want to use these sleeves, and so I'm taking apart this deck. None of these cards are going to go in that deck. Actually, there's 4 that will, but they're already set aside. Yeah, I went to Pennsylvania with Suzu and Popcat this past weekend for a Pennsylvania regional tournament. 51 entrants. I think 51 entrants ended up actually playing. I went 4-2. Suzu also went 4-2, and Popcat went 3-2-1. An unfortunate. It would have been 4-2 probably if time didn't play into that game. Time is kind of hard in Grand Archive. Some people play slow. Some people think a little too hard about some of their decisions and end up running the clock. Kind of hard to like say like, hey, can you like speed up too? It's, you know, because people generally aren't being unreasonable, and there is a lot of decision thinking in this game. So it's not uncommon to hit time. Especially, that was a Merlin versus Xander matchup, which I know Popcat knows really well because I play Xander and he plays Merlin, but I don't know if I can say the same about his opponent. There were very few Merlins. There were only 8 Merlins out of the 53 players. I think it was like 13 or 14 Dianas. There was a pretty good mix. It was like 13 or 14 Dianas, 10 Lorraines, 10 Tenoris, 7 Xander, 8 Merlin, 1 Nico, 1 Arisana, 1 Mordred, 2 Rise, maybe like 4 Rise. There were a few Rise. And yeah, a lot of really good players showed up. I could talk about a lot of the rounds actually, because I still remember it pretty clearly. The shop was great. By the way, shout outs to the Banish Zone in Wernersville, PA. Anyone from that shop sees this or is watching, you are awesome. Both the locals, well, most of the locals of the shop, I will not name names, but most of the locals from the shop were very cool. Laid back, chill, very easygoing people, and pretty competitive too. I mean, everyone was pretty good. Even the people who, there were a couple Sylvies. There was 2 Sylvies, I think. Everybody who was like played hard. Like it's not a soft scene. I will say it was much more challenging than the South Carolina regionals were. I brought my same deck, Fire Luxem Xander. Hey Keegan, how's it going? Play Fire Luxem Xander, which was, I think, a good choice. But there was a lot of people who were teched against that deck. That deck's becoming more popular. So there were a lot of people who were teched against my deck, and I did lose twice along the way. I will say the people I lost to ended up placing second and third. And my tiebreakers just weren't good enough outside of that. So my wins basically weren't against good enough people. And I'll talk a little bit about why that was, because I know exactly why that happened. But the only people I lost to, one placed second and one placed third. So like I definitely don't feel bad about my performance. One of them was even a bad match. So don't feel bad about my performance at all. I got points. We pulled some amazing stuff in packs. The Excalibur mat, which I tweeted about, was won in a raffle by Popcat. He ended up letting me have that because I like Xander so much. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, round one. I guess if we start from the top, round one, I played against. Okay, I'm not gonna remember anybody's name. That I feel bad about. I don't remember his name. I could look on Omnidex. I remembered the South Carolina peeps names, and that makes me feel bad that I don't remember these folks' names. Oh well. So round one, I played against somebody who started the round by saying, you basically have a bye against. And, you know, I don't like kind of that negative attitude, right? Like, I don't like when people are, like, self-defeating from the start. And I said, you know, why do you say that? And he was like, oh, because I don't actually play this game. I'm just a friend of the guy running the tournament. I wanted to help out his event by boosting the numbers. So I entered, and I don't expect to really get anywhere. And it's like, you know what? Okay, that's fair. Good on you, you know. So I helped him play through his lines and stuff. He was fairly good. He clearly played other card games. He was playing a Fire Aggro Lorraine list, and it was actually, I was a little scared because that list seemed really good into mine. Like, I'm not good at dealing with, like, aggro and allies very much. And I expected a lot of Diana, and I expected a lot of, like, I guess Merlin because of the South Carolina regional. And as such, I got really surprised by the amount of pressure that he was able to put out. And he wasn't even optimizing his lines. And so he almost got me. Thankfully, I did pull it out, and I got a win. Fortunately, he dropped immediately after that. He lost the first round, and he just said, you know, again, I just wanted to boost the numbers, so I drop. And if you've ever played card games in a Swiss format, you know that one of your opponents dropping, especially in round one, absolutely demolishes your tiebreakers. So I kind of knew I wasn't going to have good tiebreakers just based off of that. Yeah. So yeah, this is the Wind Crux Lorraine list that I want to put together. I have pretty much the whole deck here. So we have Lorraine and the Lorraine. This is Cabin's list, by the way. Cabin, one of the best players in the world from True Champion Gaming. I am not much of a brewer when it comes to deck building. I like to kind of start with a base and maybe tweak it a little bit. Even then, in late times, I just kind of say, people who grind this game know best. Like, I'm pretty good at playing, but I'm just going to take someone else's deck and do my best with it if I like it. This is what I'm playing for locals, because a lot of my decks are not very interactive. And this deck is, like, the epitome of interaction. And on top of that, like, because of that, you can really try to skill gap your opponent with this deck. Like, you can win basically any game with this deck if you play right. Hey, TJ, how's it going? Meow. So Lorraine lineage, those are already sleeved up. We are going to have a Sword of Seeking, of course. Sword of Seeking, Lorraine Classic. Whoa, that's bright. Maybe I should do it like this. Keep them closer to the screen. Sword of Seeking already sleeved up in the Tanuki sleeves. Hey, Himbo, how's it going? Yeah, there's a really bad glare from my lamp, but I don't think I can prevent that. So we have the Sword of Adversity, Prismatic Edge, the Drawn Blade, Tithe Proclamation, Safeguard Amulet, Nullifying Lantern, Grand Crusader's Ring. I think that's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's the material deck. We have a lot of it sleeved already. Spirit of Wind, Lorraine, Lorraine 2, 3, Sword of Seeking, Grand Crusader's Ring, and I gotta sleeve up these darlings right here. A bunch of the I got sleeves right here. We'll crack those open. I double sleeve all of my cards. I love the feeling of a double sleeved card. So I'm going to start triple sleeving them actually pretty soon, probably. So it's a side loader and then a top loader. So no air or anything will escape. I do like a top loaded inner sleeve followed by a top, like you upside down top load the inner sleeve and then you right side up top load the outer sleeve. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the inner sleeve off of those other ones because I'm putting a new inner sleeve on all of these anyways. That's just more cards we can sleeve. I can put the inner sleeves back on a bunch of those other cards. Safeguard Amulet. Yeah, this is kind of a mid-range deck that just does a little bit of everything. It does like win shenanigans with Ghost of Pendragon, as well as like Reclaim on like Dungeon Guide, so you can like double Dungeon Guide, protect your minions, and then the finishers are either Ghost of Pendragon largely in conjunction with cards like Banner Knight and Phalanx Captain, which will pump them up. Oh, ad break. Oh no, ad break starts in 3 minutes. Ready. Round 2, I played against the person who ended up getting second in the tournament. He went by Steve. I know him because he's a pretty recognized figure in the community. He's very good at the game, clearly. And he was the kind of innovator of this Fire Lorraine deck, it seems like. Seems like it was really like his baby. He was also playing it, and man, he really showed why it was a good matchup in Disaster. I got absolutely clobbered. We talked about it afterwards. He was very cool about it. We talked about it afterwards, and he's like, this is probably this deck's best matchup. This is probably your deck's worst matchup. You played good. He had one suggestion for a play I could have made differently, but it was like, by that point, I probably still lost anyways. So, you know, that felt good. It's not like I misplayed and lost. It's more like, okay, it was just the matchup. Which is definitely something that happens in this game. There's definitely just matchups that you can't win, and that's okay. You bring a deck to a tournament that can win, you know, as much as it can. These are just cards that I'm putting back in their inner sleeves that aren't. I want to get these out of the way. Oopsies. Bit of a bump on the camera there. So I got clobbered round 2. Didn't feel great. That was against Steve. It sucks because I think I remember everyone else's name except the first round that I played against. I feel bad for that. Then I played Stephanie in round 3, who was playing a Water Diana, pretty spicy Water Diana. It had a lot of self-mill strategy, and it was looking to get Nullifying Lantern out on the board early in order to get Hex Chaser, Relentless Hex Chaser, out of the graveyard early with all the self-mill. Unfortunately, I have a really good matchup into Diana, and I teched my deck to be better against Diana going into this event. I expected to see a lot of Diana. So I won that one pretty quickly. And again, I don't think any real misplays from my opponent. It was just, you know, my deck was built to beat that deck. And that's sometimes how it goes. Round 4, I played against Renton, I believe, from Lineage Break. It was Trenton or Trevor, but I think it was Trenton. This was one of the best matches I've ever played. It was Water Allies Xander versus my Fire Luxem Xander. And he had his deck tuned to beat mine. You're going to hear this a lot because, like, where are the Magic cards? I don't really play Magic anymore. I just I'm into this Grand Archive now, and I started up One Piece, but I don't really play Magic anymore. It's hard to play Magic with a competitive atmosphere if you're not playing on Arena. Did I see any sights along the trip? No. We'll talk about that in a bit, but the town was not it. Town was not it. I will talk about that. We did not see anything. Almost literally, we did not see anything. We did see a haunted pretzel factory, but that's about it. Yeah. I'll talk about that. Yeah. Yeah, PA definitely gave us the run for our money on patience. I'll wait for the ads to be done and I'll talk about it. I should have kept these in their inners. Outers we're going to use scavenging. Your hands look so soft. My hands are soft. I am not a laborer. My hands are super soft. I take decent care of them, and I am not a laborer. So, yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, so that was round 3. I played Stephanie. Round 4, I played Trenton from Lineage Break. Super good match. One of the closest matches I've ever played. I was 1 damage off from beating him in game 1. And I think if I had a play-by-play of the match, I could have found a spot to find 1 more damage. But I got a little eager and ended up just crashing the car and losing by 1. And then game 2, I just drew poorly. But if there was a game 3 in that, I think I definitely had a chance. And I wish I hadn't like taken the lines that I took in game 1. There was definitely a spot to find 1. And I think I'm still thinking about that match. It was a super close, super good match. Both of us played like really well. Both of us made plays that were like crazy technical. And he had stuff like Nia in his deck, which I think is standard for a lot of Water Allies lists. But like it really, really, really played into what I had going on. And by Water Allies, I mean Water Allies Xander, which is kind of a newer hotness in the Water Allies sphere. Because it runs like Poison Dagger and stuff. But Drown Cut's kind of whatever. And Korhazi Trapper, of course, like really messes with me because I can't Thieving Cut and draw a card most of the time. And then, so that was round. So I'm 2-2 now after round 4. Round 5, I played against. Okay, I don't remember his name either. Unfortunate. The day was very long. But he was playing Wind Allies, and that's a good matchup for me. He didn't get on the ground fast enough, and I slowly just chipped away at his forces and eventually took it. And then final round, I was against Trevor from some team. I think Dungeon Guides was the name of their team. That might be wrong. But he's actually someone that I've played before at Ascent Ontario. I played him, and this was the match on the bubble here, and it was basically one of the determining matches over there. He ended up winning. He won in Ontario, but I won this one. He was on Diana. And like I said, my deck was very much tuned to beat Diana. And it was, I said I stumbled up the stairs and still won. Like I made misplays galore. Not galore. I made like multiple misplays. So maybe like 2 misplays over the course of the match, which you really shouldn't be allowed to do in, round 5 on the bubble, or round 6 on the bubble. But I did, and I still won. So my deck has a very good match to Diana. As a whole, in like match play. Obviously, individual games can go either way. Especially considering he was on Limelight Standard Fire Diana, not Serene Fire Turbo Diana, which is pretty cool. Felt good that like the prep for the tournament, did as intended. Like the only thing I got jumped by that Lorraine deck, and then the Xander deck, I think, the Water Xander deck, I think came down to my play. So got 11th. We had some cool pools. We got some good stuff. The town, though, talk about the town. Again, this is nothing against the people. A lot of the people were quite cool. There were some people that were not so cool. And again, I don't want to like name names or call anyone out, but there were some people who were like really negative, and like that, you know the type of person whose entire like sense of humor is like, I'm Debbie Downer, and like, oh, I say off, what's the expression? Off color? Is that the expression? I say off color stuff to like shock value or whatever. You know what I mean? You know that type of person who's like super negative and just like says wide sweeping generalizations that are extremely negative because it like sounds wild, so you're gonna get a rise out of people. I know ultimately those people say that kind of stuff because like they haven't really found themselves or their footing yet. He was probably someone mid-20s, still trying to figure things out. Definitely hated his job. He talked about that a lot. But like, here's the example. So, oh man, I'm gonna be all over the place now because it happened. But he played against Popcat round 2, and the entire time he was just talking so much crap about Popcat's deck. So they both played the same champion. They both played Merlin. Merlin is a good champion because of her flexibility. She can run a variety of different strategies and a variety of different tech cards because inherently she herself draws a lot of cards. So you can be flexible and you can, run some stuff that's maybe a little less efficient, but more flexible. So, you can run like spells and attacks and tech cards and allies. And like you run a whole bunch of different things in Merlin. And it works because, again, she draws so many cards that, you make up for it. And you can like really, you have the inevitability. So Popcat has some tech, and we were talking about it the night before and stuff. And, he's like, I'm going to try some of this tech. And like, good on him. His tech won him so many games. It was like really cool to see where he'd be like, I put this in this deck as a surprise factor. And the opponent would go like shields down, a turn or two earlier than you would normally expect to in a Merlin match. And because the opponent did that, he would just like 14 them and kill them. So I thought that was pretty cool. He would go like Erupting Rhapsody, which Merlin normally doesn't run, into Fireball and like do a ton of damage to them. This guy was talking mad crap on Popcat's deck, and Popcat ended up beating him, and he basically was like, I don't even know the word to use, but like basically talking down to Popcat, saying like, it's incredible that this deck that you have here beat me because blah blah blah, you're running all these cards that make zero sense, blah blah blah. And he's like trying to have these comically like, over the top reactions to seeing some of the cards that Popcat was running, but at the same time those cards were like killing him. So like I don't know what to tell you. Like I don't know how you can be like, you're bad while you're losing. I guess that happens a lot in fighting games. Yeah, he was, and it was constant. It was constant, like, because he was a couple tables over from Suzu and me in round 1, and he was playing against, actually he played against your round 2 opponent, right, Suzu? So that guy was really cool. Everyone in PA was a shitter or married, and I guess that's kind of how it goes up there. Like the married factor like normaled them out or something. I don't know, but he was like, again, talking down to his opponent, basically saying like, look, you're losing here, because the opponent was fairly new. and he's like, look, you're losing here. It's not your fault. My deck is just that much better. Yeah, I'm a Filthy Merlin player. I know what I signed up for. I know you can hate this deck all you want. Oh my god, I can't believe you would target my Terrafring with Fracture Eyes, right? Like something that's totally normal. And you do a lot because you can push for game sometimes when you do that. And he's like, I can't believe you would fracturize my Terrafring. Oh my god, I can't believe this, that. Oh, yep. I played Incarnate Majesty. GG's, which is kind of GG's against Water Diana, but like, again, you don't have to be an ass about it. And the entire time he's like, I don't mean to be patronizing. I'm just saying, like, you got to get used to this. I'm just saying it like it is. I don't mean to be patronizing. I wanted to like scream. He was being so annoying. And then he played Popcat round 2. Popcat slapped him good. In time, mind you. It was close. It was in time. But he got him. And then he was like next to me for like every other round during the tournament. And sorry, taking a sip of soda. And he was like, I remember in round 3, I was talking to the Lineage Break guy, Trenton. Again, I apologize if your name was Trevor. I fought a Trevor and a Trenton during the day. I think he was Trenton. Oh, I wish I would have played against him. Oh my gosh, I would have milked that. Trenton. And then Trevor was the person I played in the last round who I had played at Ascent prior. So I was talking to Trenton about how we got into Grand Archive and how much I like the game and blah, blah, blah. And I said I came from Magic. And he's like, I came from Magic too. And we were joking about that. And he looked over there and he was next to us and he just barged into the conversation. And he was like, oh, I came from Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's like, okay, cool. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not surprised. But, I didn't say that aloud. I was still trying to be nice, trying to... maybe people, you don't know what people are going through or whatever. And so I was like, oh yeah, haha. And he's like, yeah, and then I think his opponent, whose name was Anthony, he was on Wind Allies. I was near him a lot of the day too. He seemed pretty cool. He might have also been stoned because he was wearing really thick sunglasses indoors all day. But I'd probably get stoned too if I had to play Wind Ally. So he was like, oh yeah, I like to play Edison format. Which is a good format, by the way. Edison format for Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a pretty sweet format. Oh, this one's already sleeved. Look at that. Edison format is a sweet format. Hey Eric, how's it going? I'm chilling, sleeving up some cards, talking about my trip to Pennsylvania this weekend for the regional. Hell yeah, you're chilling too? Nice. And so he's like, oh yeah, I play Edison. And then, of course, our friend here, I can't even come up with a name for him because I don't want to use anyone who might have that name and insult them. And I don't want to use the name he used or his actual name. Downer? Lord Downer. There you go. Seto Kaiba. I kind of like that. No, because Kaiba, I don't know. Kaiba's kind of godlike. He's not like a... Kaiba's a shitter in the sense that, like, yeah, he's like so confident and godlike. This guy was just a downer. I just got an unfinished Raging Dragon deck. Oh, like the Tenpai Dragons? Go do 30x. Thank you for the follow. Hey, welcome to the Challengers. How you doing? Oh, speaking of SpongeBob, I kind of like that. Squidward? Yo, Squidward? Hold on. No, let's call his ass Squidward. Squidward's over here. Like, oh, I would play Edison, but my favorite deck, Fortune Ladies. Like, of course, right? My favorite Fortune Ladies is too expensive, and I don't know why it's so expensive. Yeah, right? Suzu knows. Suzu knows. And it's like, he's like, Fortune Ladies is so expensive, and I don't know why. And first of all, I'm like, buddy, you're playing Grand Archive, and you don't understand what the waifu tax is? And so I said, oh, the waifu tax. And he's like, what do you mean the waifu tax? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, you know, when cards have like waifus on them, they're way more moneyed. We sleeving up Wind Crux Lorraine? Yeah, we are. This is the Caban list. I'm one Dream Fairy short because I sold them to one of my locals. But I'm gonna try to play this at locals this week and vibe. I like this deck because I guess some background. Man, I'm all over. I love just chatting all over the place. It's fun. My locals are pretty new to the game. For about, I think we have maybe a good like core of like 8 to 10 people, which is awesome, by the way. Sure, this guy in Bubble Bass. That's a really good like mental. If you think about Bubble Bass, that's a really good mental image for this guy. But my locals, of the like maybe 8 to 10 of us, there's me. I've been playing forever. Oh, Matt. Okay, that's funny. I was gonna say there's another guy who like just got into it. That's you, who's like you know, learning really quickly, and then most of them are beginners. So I wanted a interactive deck because I have a Luxem Xander and a Arcane Rye, and those are not terribly interactive. So I want to have something where like we can have a back and forth and like we can talk about the game while we're playing. Hopefully that'll make people, you know, a little more engaged rather than just getting blown up. I didn't know what to bring to the first local, so I'm just like, I'm gonna bring my favorite deck, and that is that crackhead Windry. Yeah, I'll definitely talk about Wednesday's local. I'm trying to get to that gold status, like I said. So this Bubble Bass guy didn't understand the waifu tax, and he's like, they're not waifus, blah blah blah. And thank God he didn't say something like, they're not waifus, they're like, I don't even know, some fedora tip like, they're beautiful ladies or something. I don't know. I can't even put myself in that headspace to talk like that, but whatever. And then he said something that pissed me off. This is where I really got pissed off because he's like, and again, I'm probably gonna phrase this wrong because this is how I heard it and probably not how he said it. But basically, he's like, oh yeah, well, I'd rather be playing waifus than those, you know, fucking furry cards that they came out with, meaning the fur hires. Which, by the way, the fur hires are godlike. How's it going, Grimbro? Hey, Awful. How's it going? Hey, Doobie. Hey. Hi, everyone. We're just sleeving up some cards, chatting about my regional experience last weekend. Getting comfy. Thank you for the follow again, Awful. New account. Who dis? Hey, Live. Hi. Yeah, exactly. How about this weekend, though? What is this weekend? Am I forgetting something? Meow. I lost all my info. Oh, Sag. Oh, Akuma and Slayer. So true. I've been in the card game vortex. I've been out of fighting games. But yeah, I'm excited. Evo Japan was fun. I was watching some of that at work today. The Slayer trailer? Oh my god. When he bites for the Raging Demon Super, and then he's like a younger looking version of himself for like a second, and then he just I mean, you know what I'm saying, like yanks collar, breathes heavily, like, you know what I'm saying. Hey Lid, how's it going? Right, like, it's crazy. Slayer looks really cool. I still won't play Strive, but like, I'm rooting for my Slayer players. Shoutouts to Crocs and Socks. I think we'll definitely see some cool stuff from them. So yeah, this guy was just like out of nowhere, completely unprompted. And at that point I was like, okay, I know what kind of guy this is. Like, you're that guy. You're the downer who just says the shocking thing and then, like, you know, looks at the camera and it goes brr, brr. Like, come on, bro. Like, so he's like, those fucking furry cards that they made. And I'm like, oh, the fur hires? I think they're cool. I didn't say I think they're hot because I would have loved to, by the way. But I didn't want to get slapped. And of course, you're in another town. The guy who thinks he's Jim. That is the best description I've ever heard. But is actually the Joker, you know? It's but is actually Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. Yeah, like But yeah, like, and I'm like, at that point, I'm like, okay, this guy rose me the wrong way. I completely disengaged the conversation. My opponent was really cool and a content creator for Grand Archive, so I definitely wanted to like engage with him a lot. We had an amazing game, like I said, one of the best games I've ever played. Both in that there was a lot of interaction and like the wheels were turning on both of our sides. So like, I freaking love this game so much. This game is, I've never felt like this about a card game. Yu-Gi-Oh was cool. Magic, you've got a lot of player expression and stuff, but like, I don't know. There's just something about Grand Archive. It's so magical. Something about this game. It's just, it ties everything together so well. Oh yeah. So continuing to talk about Squidward here. Can't find it on Untap. What's Untap? Oh, they have their own deck builder. Sylvie is the name of the deck builder. Silvie. He's like kind of the mascot of the game. Yeah, that's a place you can like look at the cards. There's also an index, an official index for the game that you can look at the cards. It's I don't know. It's so coolly designed. Out at your decks. 2002 Yu-Gi-Oh is the last time you played in person. Holy moly. So anyways, continuing to talk about this guy, this downer. He so the it's the site where you can play card games. Oh yeah, this you can only play through Steam Tabletop Simulator. Or people play on webcam. That's where you play Buddy Fight. Heck yeah. So the event, there's an ad starting in 30 seconds, so I will actually wait to talk about that until the ad is. Sorry for all the ads. I've been thinking that recently. I'd like to cut down on the ads, but I do like that there's no pre-roll. I think that's super important. These cards are so pretty. The game is so good. Goes to Pendragon. Shoutouts to a real one. Goes to Pendragon. $40, I think, each now. Maybe more. I got them at 25. Lucky. Banner Knight, the god. Womp womp. Womp womp. Womp womp. Can only be played there. Yeah, there's not a lot of good online clients for card games. Master Duel is okay, but you have to play best of one. One Piece has a pretty good simulator, but it's third party. So there's no official like support for it. That might change though. I think people are talking about that changing. And then Magic Arena's good, but the economy's a little wacky. And I think there's just no good like one-to-one. You get to play the exact same game as you play in paper online simulator. For Academy Guide, got my fourth one this weekend. Animal and human, by the way. Human, by the way. For this deck, that's important. Spirit of Wind, I think I already sleeved up, right? So that's Morgana. Morgana in some wacky ass. I guess I didn't take it out of this one. Gotta find my Academy Guide, Schmunka. They gotta be in a Sylvie pile, right? Oh, maybe only on tabletop. They're in the box pile, so true. The monster box. The fabled monster box. All right, ad break over. Sorry about that. Okay, so one of the things this CCG tournament did that was really cool is every round the TO gave 2 to 3 people packs and said, you are a bounty this round. He asked first. He said, are you okay with being a bounty this round? You know, obviously that puts pressure on some people and they don't like that. But he would take someone from like the middle of the pack, not someone who's like already winning a bunch, but somebody who's in like middling tables, like 10 through 20, tables 10 through 20, and is like, would you like to be a bounty? And if they're a bounty, they have 2 packs that's sitting right next to them during the match. And if they win the match, they keep their bounty packs and they get to open them. And if their opponent wins, the opponent opens the bounty packs. And I think that's a great way to keep people engaged in the event, even if they're like kind of out of the running for top cut. You know, a lot of times people will go like X and 3 and drop. But in this case, you could still become a bounty or maybe get paired into a bounty and have a chance to win extra packs. So it incentivizes you to stay in the event, which I think is super cool. And so I was saying to Popcat and Suzu, independently, I'm like, oh, shoot, look, this round, the bounty is Sapphire packs. Sapphire packs are the best packs in the game, basically. There's always something good in them. That's at least like $10, $5-10. There's always something good in a Sapphire pack. It's always a foil, and it's always something that you can kind of only get from a Sapphire pack. I think it actually might always be something you can get from a Sapphire pack only. They're exclusive. They're like promo packs. Yeah, so like they're the best packs in the game, and anything you pull out of it, they could be upwards of like $100 in these packs, but you know, usually they're about like $10 to $20 guaranteed. The bounty is 2 of those. On that note, oh, I think I know what you're going to say. No, that is not what I thought you were going to say. I did see that. That's a little, it's a little much. I thought you were going to say that Sapphire packs and MRC are going to have the recollection cards, which is going to make them super valuable. That's going to be crazy. Yeah, they're going to be insane value. But you can get the Tristan CSRs in regular packs, so at least there's that. But I was saying, oh my gosh, the Sapphire packs, and then so I was talking to one of the people holding them. He was holding 2 Sapphire packs. Think he's holding, imagine this, he's holding $40 that you will win if you win the round. And I'm like, oh, what table are you at? And he said, and I'm like, oh, I'm at this table. Did you win or lose? And he's like, I won. And I'm like, oh, cool. So you're going to move closer to me. We might pair up. I hope we pair up. I want to win your bounty. You know, just kind of friendly banter. He was cool. And he's like, yeah, I hope so. But I'm not going to go easy. You know, a little friendly banter, whatever. And then Squidward's over there, and he's just like, I'll never win a bounty. And I'm like, bro, nobody's even talking to you, first of all. Second of all, no, you know, nobody asked. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean you'll never win a bounty? And I'm like, what do you mean you'll never win a bounty? You were right next to me at my table. Like, you could just as easily get paired against him. And he's like, I'll never win a bounty. You don't understand how bad my luck is. And I'm like, okay, I guess I don't, but like, there's only 10 table, or there's only like 15 tables left. Yeah, this is the downer, dude. And I'm like, there's only like 15 tables left, so you got like a 1 in 15 to get it. And he's like, that's 0. I'm never gonna win a Sapphire pack. And, you know, I'm already fed up with this guy because of the comment he made at the beginning of the last round. And so I'm like, okay, well, in that case, let me get your packs. If you get the bounty, I'll take your packs. And he's like, what? And I'm like, well, if you're never gonna win them, you know, just give them to me. If you don't want them, just give them to me. 1 in 15 is basically 100%. I mean, it's like, come on. And he got like flustered at that. And he's like, no, I'm never going to get it. And that's because I say so. And I'm like, well, maybe you never, you know, maybe you have bad luck because you have this attitude. I basically said it straight up like that. And he said, and I quote, manifestation is for white women with no job, which is the most like that guy, like, I guess, simile, metaphor, analogy That is the most like that guy comparison you could possibly like mix up, right? Like it's just random words strung together and a little bit of misogyny sprinkled in there. You gotta love it. I don't think I fully comprehended what he said. Yeah, that was what he said. Yeah, is like, and so I said, "Oh, that's me," because I'm just like trolling at this point. Like I was so over this guy's attitude, and then he looked actually pissed, so I walked away. I had to disengage with that conversation, and then I didn't really engage with him for the rest of the event. But like, I can't stand people whose like mindset is like that. You do it to yourself. You really do it to yourself when you have that negative of a mindset, right? Like it's just like nonsense. And so he wasn't terribly cool, but a lot of the other people were quite cool. He thought that was such a clever gotcha. Yeah, like, and I don't even get it. Like, he looked at camera. He actually did the look at camera after I don't know where the camera was in this case, but like he did that face. And like, I don't know, Q laugh track, I guess. Where's my side deck here? I know I have my side deck. I need 2 more exercise curses and Quicksilver grip. So yeah, that guy, not great. Ryer's also a camera, maybe. But yeah, no. So me, and again, like I said, he's still like figuring stuff out. Clearly, he was like, I assume he was like in his 20s, like probably tired, pissed off that day. So I like giving people the benefit of the doubt, but I don't know. He mouthed off a little much for my liking, and it's just like I don't like that. That why it gotta enjoy yourself sometimes, or at least try to. He wasn't even doing that bad. No, he was right next to me the entire event, and I got 11th. So I think he lost in the last round, so he ended up around like 18th or something. But like, yeah, he wasn't even doing that bad. Yeah, you went 0-2 at the beginning, which I could tell was disheartening, and I would be too. And like, because it was just 2 bad matchups right in a row, and then you just won out, which is that feels good. It's, you can say some of that was just like, okay, the matchup sucked, and it's not like you played poorly or anything like that. So that feels good. Actually outplacing Popcat because of Popcat's unfortunate draw. So crawling out of the swamp is definitely a an accomplishment. But I had a lot of fun at the event. The store was great. Yeah, like nothing major, right? Like it's not like you played badly and as such were punished to live in the swamp. You hit a couple matchups and like a no dungeon guide versus into water allies. It's like okay, I lose. Like GG's. And yeah, it feels good to like be able to say, like your play, it is a game with variance, right? So it's like my play did not cost me, which is good. What else? So the town did kind of suck in general. So we got to the airport in Philadelphia because the closest airport was Philadelphia. That wasn't a regional airport. I can only really fly into like bigger airports. Because the airline that I work for doesn't hit like regionals terribly often. It's a bigger carrier like that. And they don't fly RJs. So we flew into Philly, rented a car. The car we rented sucked. It was a Mazda something or another. Total nonsense car. It just, nothing about it made any sense. The gas mileage was bad. It's like, it had this big looking screen and it was not a touch screen. And it drove okay. Not smooth. The roads were also not smooth. And then as we got into Reading, which is where we were staying, the shop was in Wernersville, which was an even smaller town. But as we got into Reading, it was just like there was nothing around. And the only thing, I wish I had a picture of it. I should have taken a picture of that pretzel shop. But then again, I didn't want to die and get haunted by a pretzel. It literally looked like the pizzeria from Five Nights at Freddy's. But it was a pretzel. Yeah. It was a pretzel shop, and the mascot was like a clown instead of a bear. But it looked like Five Nights at Freddy's, like legit. In a bad way, because we drove by it at night. So it was very spooky. Where did I put those exercise curses? Oh. Are they in this pile? Am I blind? So yeah, the town was not great. So the first night, we only stayed 2 nights because the event was on Saturday. We came back Sunday. The first night, there's my extra. And then I need a quick server grill, which is gonna be in the Xander deck. Have that near me. No, I'm gonna have to walk and get that. I will be right back. Found it. Okay. So, first night we got in about 8 o'clock, and we were starving because we started traveling pretty early. Didn't really do lunch. We were starving, so we're like, okay, what's? Hey Shiba, how's it going? So we're like, what's on DoorDash? We found Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut actually sounded so good too. The more I think about it, like I wanted that big dinner box or whatever they call it. So we ordered that, and it said about 30-40 minutes, normal, right, for DoorDash. And so it was like, okay, your Dasher is going to get your order. We're like, all right, great. Dasher goes to get the order. Dasher goes to get the order. Dasher's waiting for your order. Dasher's waiting for your order. Dasher's waiting for your order. I'm like, what is going on? Dasher leaves and drives home, and I watched the car like go down side roads until Dasher was home. And now it's like 9 o'clock, so now it's been like an hour almost, maybe more. And I was like, okay, what's the deal here? I got this armament fire bauble. I traded for this at the event. It's like a textured foil shiny bauble. Super pretty. And I texted the driver and I'm like, yo, do you have my food? I think you forgot to drop it here and just went home. And no response. Your order is finding a new Dasher will take your order. Okay. Fine. I guess Buddy like screwed up and got embarrassed and just dropped it. Okay, new Dasher has your order. New Dasher is picking up your order. New Dasher is picking up your order. New Dasher falls off the planet. And so I even tried to message them. And at that point, they're like, your Dasher's not doing your thing anymore. I'm like, okay, third Dasher. Third Dasher, immediately I was like, hey, you are the third Dasher for this order. This is through the text. Hey, you are the third Dasher for this order. Can you please tell me what's up? Dasher goes to the store. Dasher's waiting for your order. Dasher's waiting for your order. I'm like, this pizza is sitting there cold. What is the... Like, it has to be done by now. It's been like an hour and a half. Your order has been canceled. Here's a refund. Okay. So I'm like... I think at some point here, I pinged DoorDash, and I did the help thing for DoorDash. And I'm like, what's the problem here? Anyways... So I guess long story short, now we're like, okay, let's go pick up the pizza. The pizza is clearly there. It's been an hour and a half. Let's go pick up the pizza. I have the receipt from DoorDash, even though they canceled the order. Like, if I have to pay again, I'll pay again. But the pizza's going to be there. We drive over to the Pizza Hut, and it is just run down, abandoned, like deserted, closed. Like, does not look like it's operating as a business. And it was just in the middle of like a residential area too. There was like house, Pizza Hut, house, and it was like nothing. So no pizza. Okay, so we went to Arby's instead. But like that was super frustrating, and like I don't know if it's just me, and I get it. Like DoorDash isn't like a super prestigious, fun, engaging job a lot of the time, probably ever. But it's like, wouldn't you just respond and be like, bro, the Pizza Hut is closed. I'm sorry. I'm canceling your order. Like, there was a miscommunication. The Pizza Hut is not real. The pizza is aggressive. And you would think someone would just say that. But nope. We had to wait. So yeah, then we went to Arby's and we ordered like 5 orders of mozzarella sticks, 3 sandwiches, and I got some curly fries and a soda, a Beppis. And we did enjoy that while we watched Pitch Perfect 2, which was also fire. We watched that movie 1,000 times. So good. And then we started practicing for the event because, it wasn't like super late. It was like 10:30 by that point. So we started practicing for the event and, I think we played in a rotation. Did Arby's have the meats? Yes. I got a double beef and cheddar. But I also wish I had just done all mozzarella sticks, which has been Suzu's go-to order for like decade plus now. No, like 15, 20 years now. Yeah, no, I'm not going to forget the prank. Just a prank, bro. So we were in room 421, I think. 419, maybe. It was one off of 420. I remember that. And we were testing, and it got to be about 11:30 or so. We had changed the movie. Now we were watching Wonka, also a pretty banger movie. And the room next to us, which must have been 420, it was 420 or 422. It was the one next to us, right by the wall. The alarm just starts going. Oh, I have a weird story about that too. Sorry, I'm going all over the place, but the alarm just started going off like crazy. And it's next door, and it's like midnight. And we're like, why is this alarm going off? And it just keeps going and going and going. And it ends up being about 20 or 30 minutes. And we're like, nobody's in that room. They either left, or in my head, I'm like, they're dead in that room, and the alarm's going off. But, that wasn't the case, I think. But it's going and going and going. So I call the front desk, and I'm like, hey, the alarm is going off in the room next to us. I think nobody's in there. Do you send somebody to like knock and then go in and check and shut it off? And she's like, no, I can't. I am the only person working right now. So yeah, sorry. And I'm like, okay, is there anything can we go? Susan suggests, can we go in there? And she's like, no, you can't go in there. And we're like, okay. And then she's like, okay, I can move your room. And we're like, okay, that works. She's like, I can move you to 422, which was just the room on the other side of the beeping room. And we're like, that's not going to do anything. No beeping. So she moved us down the hall. And when I went to go pick up the key for the new room, she was like, oh, yeah, this is something that happens. This is just people. They do a prank. They leave the room and set an alarm for late at night. So the new people who stay in the room get jump scared by the alarm. And I'm like, that is so mean. Why would somebody do that? And then she looked at me and like almost disappointedly said, that's just the way the world works, honey. And I was like, damn, this town is so jaded. That's kind of the vibe that this town gives off. Haunted pretzel factory, closed Pizza Hut, pranked. Yeah, she was like a, I don't know, 50, 60-year-old lady. Very much allowed to say honey in that case, I think. Sometimes it's nice being called honey. And so we got our room moved. Then it was nice. We finished Wonka. Pretty banger movie. Kind of liked it. What I liked about Wonka was it didn't do the like remake thing where it just, oh hi, I'm Grandpa Charlie Bucket. Can I work in your chocolate factory someday? Like some kid I guess it wouldn't be a kid. I guess he would be older than Wonka. But like, some random just eats a chocolate. Oh, that's good chocolate. Oh, I'm Mr. Bucket. Can I work for your chocolate factory? I hope my grandson wins a ticket someday. Blah, blah, blah. It didn't do any of that, which was really good. All right, ad's about to start. I'm going to go nonverbal and Just react to chat now, I guess. Yeah, the town was not very welcoming. Hotel had free breakfast, though. That was good. The breakfast was good. There were some subtle nods to the original, but like it did not do it ham-fisted. Like the bad guy was Slugworth, right? And that's the bad guy from the first uh Willy Wonka. He's the evil corporation. So you know, they had little stuff like that, but nothing that was like in your face like, "Oh my god, that's the guy," right? Just confirmed a trade at Worlds for foil plated bullet and another foil hex chaser gambage. Hell yeah. Foil it out. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's super good. Pack foil's significantly easier to. Womp, 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 womp. Wait, how many Veiling Breeze are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Losing my mind. Beaker's Rifle and GCR for your material deck, right? Yeah. Oh, and Spirit. Good luck with that. People are gouging Spirit of Serene Fire right now. Feels bad. You know what's gonna go crazy is stuff like Foil Spirit of Slime from an MRC Sapphire pack. People are going to go feral for that. Yeah, I would agree with that. It probably won't be a Serene deck. It'll probably be like a mid-rangey. See what Ranger gets, but might have to be water. Or it could still be fire with like more fire support cards, not just like maybe cremation again and stuff like that. We also haven't seen the new Spirit Cycle. True, we haven't. I wonder if it'll follow Spirit of Slime. I wonder if it'll be like Spirit of Automaton or like Spirit of Humanity. That would be so broken. No, 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 don't print that. Do not. I did not say that. Spirit of Humans would be so broken. I'm short a couple sleeves. I need 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where are they? Oh no, I hope they're not in the binder. Bet they are. Flip it and send it to be made. I don't want that to be made. But then again, you couldn't play stuff like. Honestly, probably nothing. It'd probably be too broken. Over here. No, these are just pieces of paper. Crap, where are the last of these sleeves? I'm trying to think where I keep my sleeves. Grudge. I only need a few. You could not, yeah, you couldn't run stuff like that, or like Zephyr, or stuff like that, right? So that's big. The way they're doing it with Sylvie is really cool. Konami moment. That is the Konami special. Let me think. I bet it's in one of my boxes. Let me go grab a box. I'll be right back. I found a bunch. Ah. All right. Yeah, the shop ran it really well. They had like those bounties, they had raffles. I mean, just top-notch job from the shop. I cannot ask for anything else from a shop running an event. It was super fun. Super good. Show off your mat. Oh, good call. So I did not, this was won by Popcat in a raffle. But I did not win any kind of challenger mat, but I did get the Excalibur mat, which is one of my favorite cards with one of my favorite characters, Arthur, on it. Super pretty. It's got the Grand Archive logo on the bottom. This is going to be my all-time use mat for now. Pretty much no matter what deck I'm playing. Yeah, it's so good. Maybe I'll get Han Chu to sign it. Almost have this deck sleeved. I'll talk about this deck a little bit, and then we'll sleeve some One Piece. Relaxing Monday night tonight. I'm actually not going to be able to stream too much this week because I'm going to be grinding for points. I'm entering my locals on Wednesday. Tomorrow I have prior obligation. Then I'm entering my locals on Wednesday. Verge leave One Piece. I'm going to enter my locals on Wednesday. I'm going to enter the Yeti Webcam League on Thursday, which I cannot stream. Then I might stream Friday. Or Friday, I might try to do on-demand tournaments on the Yeti server to get more points. I might just try to grind on-demand tournaments on Friday. And similarly on Saturday. But we'll see. If nothing's firing, I'll stream. Probably play some Grand Blue. Okay, so I think this is the deck. See? $60, yeah. I actually don't even know what the winning deck of that regional. I think it was Wind Allies. We have nice little Crux Lorraine here. Spirit of Wind, Lorraine lineage, all the way up to Spirit Ruler. This is one of my favorite cards, Lorraine Spirit Ruler. Brings back a sword that has died. And you get the on-enter again, so you can bring back largely Drawn Blade. Drawn Blade draws a card when you play it. But you can also bring back like Sword of Seeking or Sword of Adversity if they happen to die by something the opponent did. And then we run just some tech cards. We run Safeguard Amulet, Nullifying Lantern, and Tithe Proclamation. Tithe Proclamation serves a double purpose. So I'll talk about it in a little bit. But basically, this is a one cost. It's a draw card. It's a draw card regalia that costs 1. So that's why we play it. And it's, a Spirit Blade Ascension for Ranger would be really cool. Like Umbra, like from the shadows or something. Return target gun weapon to its material deck and then play a gun. That'd be cool. Or you could do it like return a regalia and then like bring out a gun and a bullet and make it cost like 4 or something like that. That would be super cool. Then the last 2 cards, Grand Crusader Ring, of course. It's important also that Tithe Proclamation stays on the board. Yeah, another way to answer Fracturize would be nice. And then the main engine of the deck is Prismatic Edge. We use Prismatic Edge with Spirit Blade Ascension because when Prismatic Edge enters the battlefield, you get to get multitude of effects, and you get to look at your opponent's memory, so you get to see what they have going on and plan ahead. Yeah, Spirit Blade Ascension and Prismatic Edge is one of the main like engines of the deck. The other engine of the deck is Ghost of Pendragon. Ghost of Pendragon returns a Regalia to your material deck and then draws you 2 cards. So it's super turbo. That's why we want a Regalia that draws a card and stays out. And you'll notice we have 2 of them. We have Drawn Blade and Tithe Proclamation. Basically, he wants to return one of these back to the material deck, draw 2 cards. That way we can play it out again the following turn, draw another card, and with the help of a card like, and this is when I fell in love with the deck, when I saw this combination. With a card like either Zephyr, which will blink him to let him do it again, or the real MVP here, Reclaim. Reclaim is a card that says return target ally you control to its owner's hand at fast speed. So not only does it save it from removal or any kind of interruption or combat, but it also has floating memory. So the play pattern would go as such. Play a Drawn Blade, draw a card. Ghost of Pendragon, return Drawn Blade to the material deck, draw 2 cards. Yeah, it's so sick. It's just so sick. It's the perpetual motion. They try to kill Ghost of Pendragon, or even if they don't, on their end phase. Reclaim the Ghost of Pendragon. It's back in my hand. This is a floating memory in my graveyard now. Banish floating memory, Drawn Blade, draw a card. Recast the Ghost of Pendragon that we return to our hand. Return Drawn Blade, draw 2 cards. And then Zephyr this, reclaim this. Anything. Keep him going. Spirit Blade Ascension, send Drawn Blade, bring out Prismatic Edge. Cast the Ghost of Pendragon, send back Prismatic Edge. Draw a card and discard a card from your opponents. Bring out Tithe Proclamation, draw a card, send it back with Ghost of Pendragon, draw 2, flicker Ghost of Pendragon. It's just everything I like about Wind. You know, flickering high value minions, saving your minions, doing shenanigans with like Zephyr and stuff, and drawing lots of cards. So it's pretty sweet. The rest of the deck is pretty much just setting up to get to Crux. So we talked about Reclaim, we talked about Ghost of Pendragon, talked about Ascension, of course, once you're in Crux. The rest of the deck is kind of the other part of the mid-range strategy. So there's your Searchers, which is 3 Fairy Whispers and 3... Oh, I have 4 Fairy Whispers because I'm missing a Dream Fairy. So I'm on 4 Fairy Whispers and 3 Rally the Peasants. So Fairy Whispers. Oh, you know a cool way for Wind to do floating memory instead of mill or discard? No. Oh, you know what could be cool is how about when paying a memory cost? That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's a super cool idea. You can select which of your, so you can play more cards and keep them down there, and then just be like, okay, I'm going to use these. I'm going to select and use these. That would be really strong though, because that means not only would you get to pay for a card with it, but you would get to pay for, you would get to double dip on them. That might be too strong. They would have to be on the card. So you would have to make a weaker card that has that written on it. It's the same as Creative Shock discarding Float, though. Yeah, but that's a 2-card combo. Kind of. This you would want, like... Yeah, you could make it a keyword. You could call it, like energized or something like that. This card can be used... When paying a memory cost, you may reveal this card from your material deck and banish it to pay for one of that material costs or something like that. You'd make that a keyword, and you would make that card a little inherently less strong. But that's a really cool idea. And it fits in with like the trap that they showed. It fits in with Imbue, where you lay them face up to get an extra effect. Wind playing with memory is definitely like a cool thing. So 7 Searchers. It should be 6 if we follow Caben's list exactly. I'm missing a Dream Fairy, so I just put a Fairy Whispers in instead. Rally the Peasants can search Phalanx Captain, Banner Knight, Ghost of Pendragon, Swift Recruit, Dungeon Guide, Academy Guide. This kind of can't whiff. And it's free if your opponent has 3 allies. This, we also run a lot of wind. Fast speed. I run 4 of this instead of 4 of the other one because this one's fast speed. This finds Reclaim, Zephyr, Rally the Peasants, anything really good, fast. Use it. We have the Lords, 4 Phalanx Captain, 4 Banner Knight. Just absolutely disgusting looking at this. Yep, they're good. They're humans. They buff other humans. They do their job. Why you play Lorraine. One of the reasons you play Lorraine. We have Floating Memory is 4 Swift Recruit. I'm using this art. The other art I think is cooler, but I like this one more. I'd like to get foils of this one. I think this is the cutest art. And we run the Reclaim, as mentioned, and we also run Favorable Winds. Favorable Winds is a floating memory that you can just cast, which is nice. This deck doesn't have too much of that. I don't run Fast Cure. I don't run Exercise Curse main. I say this isn't my list. The list doesn't run those. Swift Recruit, very good in this deck. It's human. Gets all the buffs from everything. It has Intercept. Intercept is really strong. Like, man, you want to talk about the like weak Stalwart Shieldmate versus the Chad Swift Recruit. This card does so much more than Shieldmate. It's not even funny. It puts pressure so they actually want to kill it. It has Intercept, so you can just leave it up and disrupt like Diana, just like you could with a Stalwart. It's a human, so it can be swinging for like 2 or 3 in the late game, which is kind of big if they leave it alone. You know, it actually puts pressure on them and makes them want to kill it versus Stalwart that literally never does that. We have just some generic good stuff. 3 Cruxite, 4 Zephyr, Dream Fairy should be 2. Veiling Breeze. Veiling Breeze is really strong. Veiling Breeze is especially good against Poison Dagger type effects. If you can fully negate the damage that you would be dealt by an instance of damage, Poison Dagger doesn't add 1. So Poison Dagger doesn't like +1 attack on a unit. It says if the source would deal damage, it deals that much damage +1 instead. So that's predicated on if it would deal damage. So Veiling Breeze is preventing all the damage. So like if a Gildas is hitting you for 4 and you Veiling Breeze for 4, the Poison Dagger will not treat that as 5 and deal you 1. It will treat it as 4. You did not take damage, so you will take 0. Now, let's say you Veiling Breezed for 3, so Gildas still gets through for 1. She will have dealt 1 damage, so Poison Dagger will let her deal 2. So you have to totally blank the damage, but this usually does. It usually blocks for like 3 or 4. So you can totally shut off Poison Dagger with that, which is kind of its main purpose. But, you know, it's also good. Good against Merlin, good against Erupting even. Does some stuff, so. How you doing, White Beast? Hi. We run Hurricane Sweep. This is the Lorraine level 2 tech. We also run 3 Tactful Sergeant. I don't know if I like this or not. I'm going to try it on Wednesday. I love this card. I love Tactful Sergeant. The card is so sweet. But it does cost 4. If any deck is going to use... I use this in Vanitas, and it was good there. So you can go like Swing with Lorraine with Sword of Seeking, Tactful Sergeant, draw a card into memory, Zephyr Tactful Sergeant, draw another card into memory. That's pretty good. You can also like Reclaim Tactful Sergeant, play it again next turn, draw another card into memory. It works in Lorraine, I imagine, but I have to see how it does on Wednesday. I wouldn't be surprised to cut that to 2 and like juice up on like Dream Fairies or whatever. It's also going to depend on your meta, right? And then the 8 guides, 4 Dungeon Guide, 4 Academy Guide. Oh my gosh. This is the juice right here, right? This is like, you know, just a ton of value. Dungeon Guide into 3 is really strong. You get a sword back. You draw a card. Dungeon Guide into 2 can be good because they might not expect it coming. You can go like materialize a sword. If they somehow dealt with your Sword of Seeking, materialize a sword, go Dungeon Guide, Hurricane Sweep for your board, draw like 3 cards. Then Academy Guide, also a human, as is Dungeon Guide. They both get benefits from Banner Knight. They both get benefit from Phalanx Captain. Really easy to protect an Academy Guide in Wind. You have Zephyr, you have Reclaim, you have Veiling Breeze. I believe Veiling Breeze targets a unit. Let me double check that. No, just your champion, so ignore that one. But you have other ways to protect, so you can keep her safe. Yeah, that's the deck. I'm going to bring this to locals on Wednesday, see how it does, have fun with it. To put this in a deck box, though. I think I have room. I do. Oh, and then the side deck is just Quicksilver Grail for Erupting, 3 Morgan for Xander, and 3 Exercise Curse for Diana. And then Terrafring, so like there's very few matchups where both Safeguard Amulet and Nullifying Lantern are good. You usually only need one of these. So you just replace the other one with Terrafring at post side. The side deck changes for this game are great by what they announced yesterday. You get a much bigger side deck so you can actually like deal with stuff. I think that's kind of nice because there's going to be decks like Tristan is looking to be really disruptive, and it's a little scary that like she's gonna have a 15 card side deck, but at the same time, it's like, you know, everyone else is gonna have a 15 card side deck to like deal with her. I think it'll be interesting. I'm curious to see how it plays out. All right. Next up, I'm gonna sleeve my One Piece deck. I don't have all the cards. I'm like 2 cards short, but I'm gonna sleeve that up as well for fun because I don't really want to play a game tonight. Again, it's going to be a light stream week because I want to enter a bunch of locals to try to farm points for GA. So I'm going to stream tonight, maybe Friday, maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday. And then starting next week, I'm going to start posting a schedule on Monday. This week is a bit up in the air just because I want to see how many points I'm able to farm. And if it's like, okay, I can actually get gold, I'm going to go for gold. If I can't, I'll just... Oh, add time. Let me grab the One Piece cards while this runs. Okay. These cards are also really pretty. What color am I sleeving these in? Not too much else happened. Oh, we got Dairy Queen, and it was mid at PA. Because they had free pizza at the shop during the regional. The store just provided free pizza. So they provided lunch for everybody, which I think was really cool. Well, definitely not something that they needed to do. But I think they kind of understood that the food options were limited around where the store was. So super, super generous of them to do that. So we had pizza for lunch, and then we had Dairy Queen after the event. I got the Frosted Animal Cookie Blizzard on Suzu's recommendation. Good, but not great. And then I ran it back yesterday in hometown, and it was fire. It was super good. The One Piece deck that I'm running, this is a pretty beginner-friendly deck. I should probably grab the leader first before I talk about the cards. Fire. Hi, hi. Nice to see ya. I followed you a little while ago. I like your model. Do a shout out. One Piece TCG. Yeah, so I just finished sleeving Grand Archive.
I lost count at this point. I'm just gonna keep doing single rolls until I hit him. Unless
Oh,
someone
Honkai clip?
because I am also a forgetful fox.
Nailed it. Single roll. Yeah, nice to see you in the chat. I'm just getting into the One Piece TCG, and so I'm largely playing it. Oh, thank you. I'm largely playing it because my locals didn't play Grand Archive; they all played One Piece. And since I bought this deck, everybody has started playing Grand Archive. It's like cut off. Yeah, we'll never know. Let me see if I can find my leader. He's on one of these hearts. Can't wait to show up and play dot hack enemy with Rysair combo breaker. You boot up. Boot up. I'm in there. I think my college roommate played that game. He was very into dot hack. And I remember trying to play it with him, and I was too stoned because that was me in college, and at no point did I understand what was going on. Where's Katakuri? Where's my leader? You guys didn't miss much. Sad. I thought it was in one of these hard sleeves. Maybe I'm trolling. Oh, here he is. Wow, he's like my only non-foil card. So in this game, cards are just foil or non-foil based on their rarity. Yeah, so I'm playing Katakuri because it's like easy. He swings for 7 with 1 Dawn instead of 6. And then you get to look at your life and rearrange it. Look at the top card of your life. And you can put it on the bottom if you want. So you can like stack your triggers. And it's like very easy to play this deck. And I'm like, all right, I'm in there. Like it's strong and easy. Yeah, it's strong and easy. That's what I want in a side game. I don't want to think too hard. Grand Archive, I like playing the more complicated stuff. I like thinking more. This game, I ain't trying to think much. I'm just chilling. I'm just entering stuff to support the scene. Deck has Pudding, which is a searcher. Which I have so many just stacks. Yeah, I like this game. This game's super chill compared to a lot of other games, I think. And yeah, you can sweat it, but you'll never catch me sweating a game that's best of 1 official tournament. Like a little monka. Always scared of hitting life and then a random Thunderbolt ends my career. Yeah, I don't think I'm running Thunderbolt. But I definitely did consider it. I just net decked. There's a I think he's a VTuber. I guess you'd call him a PNG tuber. Party Kaizoku makes like content on this game. He seems pretty good at the game. I follow a lot of his stuff. So yeah, this is a Big Mom Pirates deck. If you watch One Piece at all, it's all based around the Big Mom Pirates, and Big Mom seems cool. Definitely gives off powerful energy. Sparrow on death also searches. Swings for 5k as well, which is pretty good. Has a trigger that you can trash a card to play him. Yeah, so I've been spending a lot on cards lately. But I really want to get that Xander Collector Ultra Rare from Grand Archive. Play Duffy. Always happy to see new players coming to the scene. It's definitely a fun game. Absolutely. It's super fun. Especially if you like One Piece, which I don't. I also really got my eyes on Red Yellow Sabo, the one that you put a 7K back into your life face up. So he combos with like Ace and that one Luffy from an earlier set. And then you give another unit plus 2K. And then you play like the kids and like buff up your leader with them by replaying like Ace, and Ace has Rush, and like that deck seems really not as strong maybe as this one, but definitely cool. And like Sabo is a character that I like. Okay, full disclosure, I know nothing about One Piece, but Sabo is a character that I'm like, oh wow, he looks really cool. And then I looked into him a little bit. I'm like, oh, he is really cool. Look at that. More big moms, 4/7 mom. This card was like 10 a piece. No, this card was like 20 a piece when I bought it. Not cheap. Oh, do I want to play all 4/7 moms? I don't think actually I am playing all 4/7 moms. I think I'm playing 2 and 2 with 8-drop Katakuri. Maybe I'll do 3 and 1. I know a lot of people just play straight up 4, but apparently in the Yamato matchup, the Fortress Yamato matchup, when they play Eustace Captain Kid, you just like can't get past it if you don't have the 8-drop Katakuri, which means I probably should play more than one of the 8-drop Katakuri. Maybe I will do 2 and 2, but I'll keep her sleeved because she's something. Put her in the binder or something, and keep her on hand. And this game has no side deck, right? Like you would probably just run 4/7 moms and side deck Katakuri if the game had a side deck. We'll just put her aside. We'll go 2 and 2. This was the big oof. I bought 2 8-drop Katakuris. These are beautiful, by the way. Secret rare textured foiling. This isn't even the alt art. I think there's an alt art of it too. $60 each, but like super nice. And like definitely like I learned to like this character. Yeah, he's still. I mean, like it's weird too because like I think does NL not an is that his name NL Northern Lion? Does NL play him in next set? I think he might, and I think that's why he's pricey because people are specking on that because he's gone down from what he was. Yeah, NL Northern Lion. Yeah, I think NL plays him because you can play that 2-drop girl Kozuki, I think her name is, and then play him to put her on your life as like a play as an L to stay at 1 going into your opponent's turn. 10 mom. 10 mom's godlike. The manga art for 10 mom I love, but obviously I'm not going hard in this game. If I'm gonna start buying stuff like that, I'm throwing away the retirement fund. Not that they're like giga expensive. They're expensive. They're like 150 each. Where this is like a $10 card in its normal foiling. But I have other things to throw the retirement fund at, such as retirement. But also Grand Archive. I've been trying to like bling out my deck in Grand Archive. So I still have 1 10 mom coming in the mail. That's one of the cards that I'm missing. So I guess I could put a 7 mom in its place right now. Not that that's the same thing. You can retire when you're on top. So true. That's the plan. Bedge. Never a more appropriate name than Bedge. He puts you to sleep. 4 of him for sure. I think I have all 4. Bed. 2K counter, trigger that somebody. Card is this card swings games by itself. Goofy looking guy. I'll probably try to play this game a little bit on Wednesday too. I think that's the day that they do One Piece at the shop, but they're doing Grand Archive this week because the shop was closed this past week, Passover, I believe it was. So they cannot operate tomorrow for that reason. They took I don't know if they took it as a vacation or if they're actually observing the holiday and all that. Because I don't know quite how those rules work. But all I know is the shop is closed tomorrow when they would normally run Grand Archive. So they're running it on Wednesday, which I think is really cool because they didn't have to do that. But it shows that they want to keep it going. Squish the air out. That's the thing about double sleeving. You got to squish the air out. But double sleeving feels so good when right. Okay, we got Dawn cards. I don't think I care about right now. Put them in. I'll probably put them in the Tanuki sleeves. So people are back and forth about Onami. She seems really good. I mean, definitely you know, Onami on leader, and then go like on the 3 Dawn turn. If you go first, you can go turn 1 nothing, turn 2 where you have 3 Dawn. You can go Onami, Dawn leader, swing for 7 with Banish. I think it's called. Yeah, Banish. Pretty strong. There's a really strong trigger. I guess we'll play 3 of her. I should be putting the more cemented cards into here first. I also don't know why she's called Onami. Again, I know nothing about One Piece. Is this actually not Nami? The cartographer. The LADY who is not shy. Know what I'm saying? So stuff that is definitely in the deck is going to be Gadatsu. People have been talking up this card. Apparently it is bonkers. Don't want to spoil the show if you want to watch it. That ship, no pun intended, that ship has sailed. There is so much One Piece that I know for a fact I will not be able to watch all of it. But by no means are you obligated to answer either. Cool. Datsu, kinda strong. No trigger though. He's a 1k counter that you can play to KO something. Too old to finish. Yeah, born too early to finish One Piece. Born too late to have it cybernetically downloaded into my head. They all needed an alias when they went to visit the Wano land. Oh, cool. That's what I love about One Piece fans, by the way. And again, nothing meant by this, but that being a spoiler is that really a spoiler? I mean, I guess they go to the land of Wano is a spoiler, right? In the most textbook definition of it. But that's how you know they're passionate about their IP, because they're we don't want to put anything in spoilers. Undertale fans will be oh my god, you can't tell them that there's a flower on the 3rd tile from the right on the 4th screen. That's a spoiler. Bro? What do you mean? Or Gadatsu, definitely. It's fun to watch the Japanese One Piece tournaments too. Okay, Sanji is another card people were saying is a maybe play, maybe don't card. But he feels pretty good to me. He's a blocker. He kind of always dies when he blocks, though. You can't tell people that there's a dating sim in Undertale, One Piece Tale. Yeah, Undertale fans are very passionate. Undertale fans are very passionate about what is not a spoiler. But I also am of the belief that in the year 2024, you cannot experience Undertale blind anymore, no matter what. Unless you were like literally a baby until now, and you're like 10 years old, and you're like, okay, I finally can like comprehend sentences. Let me play Undertale. I think that's the only way you could go into Undertale blind. Everything else has been like boiled into the ground. I think it was Impurist Club who went into Undertale blind in 2021 or 2022, and I was impressed that he knew nothing about Undertale in that year, and it's been like 2 years since then. What else definitely goes in the deck? 4 of this dude, right? He's a 2k counter. You can play him. He's a 5k attacker. Satori. Kind of sucks that he's not a big mom pirate. It's a bit goofy with its searcher. But you get so much off of the rest of the deck that it's Papyrus. Paper. There's a reason I've been heavily avoiding Nikki spoilers. Yeah, a lot. I think Star Rail as well is pretty good about not being too spoilerific, especially like, you know, there are people who make their bacon off of leaks and stuff, you know, showing off leaks and stuff. But I think they're really respectful about it. On that note, I am super excited for Boot Hill. I didn't think I would be. Then I saw him cook. Oh no, even One Piece. Hey Koyo. Yeah. So funny story about this is my local didn't play Grand Archive. At nowhere around me played Grand Archive. They all play One Piece. And so I brought one store was like, hey, we're gonna start Grand Archive. And I'm like, okay, great. And I go to the store and we played Grand Archive, but they're like, you should try One Piece. And I'm like, okay. So I borrowed a deck and I tried it, and it's fun, it's chill. And I'm like, okay, if there's not going to be much Grand Archive down here, I might as well also get into One Piece and just kind of vibe with that a little bit. And about a week or two after that, 3 stores started running One Piece. Or, sorry, started running Grand Archive. I have 3 locals now. Plus weekly webcam if I want. So, like, I kind of got baited because... it's like... Dang, I didn't need to get into One Piece. People want to get into Grand Archive. If you just got here too, you missed me putting together a really sick list that one of the nationals guys is playing. I have another Onami. I also have a Xander card in here. All right, let me see. Hold on. Let me see how many cards I'm at and what I need to add. Because I don't remember what the rest of this deck. Jade? I'm definitely getting Jade as well. I'm getting Jade and I'm getting Boot Hill, I think. I'm skipping Robin and Firefly. I understand that a lot of people like Firefly. I do not share that sentiment. So I'm easily skipping Firefly, and I can easily skip Robin. The drip marketing. I've heard so many people use that expression. Drip, you know, I talk about this a lot on stream, but you know about like Bader-Meinhof phenomenon, the false frequency principle, where like you hear something once and then you hear it a million times since then. The phrase drip marketing has been like in my periphery for like 2 weeks now. Everybody has been using the phrase drip marketing specifically to refer to Jade. And like I guess something went viral with like a VTuber about it, and that's why everyone says drip marketing. But I find it funny because that's an expression that I had never heard prior to about 2 weeks ago, and now everyone's talking about it. That's not an NL meme. You can't say it because it's not an NL meme. Vibes. 5 cards over here. Hell yeah. Katakuri's so pretty. Big Mom. Dots. Okay, mods. That's the mods. Show him a picture of his parents when he's old. When they're old. Lin, Satori, Onami, Lin. That's an NL joke. What do you mean? Yeah. Oh, Koyo's actually getting the pick. So hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 17, 21. This will be 25 because there's 4 of them. 29, 33, 35. So I need 15 more cards. I'm still thinking of a Sisyphus clip. The Get It Twisted. Yeah. Get it twisted. You are 1 penny on a corporation's balance sheet. And then, like, as he's rolling the rock, he's like being positive, and then it falls, get it twisted, and starts running it. It's so good. Sorry, wrestling. I'll be back. Do you watch Raw? Hold on. Yellow Katakuri deck. See what we're missing. I'll probably just use 1 month ago. Sure, 1 month ago. How are they showing it? More pudding, 3 Parasparrow, 4 7 Mom, 4 10 Mom, 4 Gadatsu, 2 Thunderbolt. Okay, so I can't build this right now. I don't have Thunderbolt. 4 Onami, 3 Kikunojo. I can put Kikunojo. I'll be honest, I hate the term drip marketing. I mean, it makes sense, but it seems like a FOMO tactic. Well, I mean, Star Rail is built on FOMO tactics, right? It's like the entire gacha game business model is FOMO tactics. Seven months ago, this is not. A red purple law also looks like a really cool deck. Where is it? Oh, here it is. This is probably the list. The only FOMO for Nikki is costumes, seasonal events, login bonuses, and what else is in a gacha game? I'll need to skip the upcoming patch in the next. Yeah, I went hard on Aventurine, so I need to skip Robin for sure, and I need to get lucky on Boot Hill and Jade, and then I'm probably okay. But yeah, if I wanted like Firefly or Robin, I'd be kind of screwed. 4 Onami, 4 Parasparrow, 4 Tenmom, 2 Katakuri, 4 Bedge, 4 Sanji, 4 Amande for the 2K counter, I guess. Okay, I do have that. I'm glad I don't care about the next 2 Genshin characters. Yeah, that's lucky. Wait, does he run the event? The zero cost event? He doesn't. He runs Reject. Do I have Reject? I do have Reject. But he doesn't run the zero cost event. I really like the zero cost event. Might do a different list. Oh. Be this. Oh, yeah, this looks like. This is laid out in a pretty rough way. They have the deck laid out anywhere? All in spreadsheet. Hold on. I think we got it. Okay. So this one, top cut first place, March 30th. Pretty good. So 4 pudding, 4 Parasparrow. I think that's a given. I'll just do 4 pudding, 4 Parasparrow for sure. No Struzen. I don't even know what that is. 3 7 cost Lin. 3 7 cost Lin. I kind of like that. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Was 3 7 cost Mom and 1 Katakuri. That's what they're running. So these are extra. 4 10 cost Lin. That is a given. I just need my 4th one to come in the mail. 3 and 4 Sanji. I like 4 Sanji. 4 Bedge. That's a given. Sure. Capone. 4 Gadatsu. I think that's also a given. People like that. 4 Satori. Yes. Have that. 3 and 0 Onami. What did the 0 Onami play? Dead. 1 extra Brûlée. 1 extra Reject. 1 extra... That's it. Wait, no, sorry. 1 extra Sanji. Okay, so instead of Onami, they ran a Brûlée. Run a Brûlée. I know you can't see it, I'm sorry, but I don't want to make a new... A Reject. And a Sanji. I'm going to run Onami. You can never say no to a free unit on the board with Sanji. That's what I'm saying. I think I'm going to run Onami. Kind of go with that list. Okiku. That's Kikunojo, right? I think that's the Japanese. Yeah, Kikunojo. Yeah. She's good. We'll put her in. I like this card a lot. This was actually the first card that I played in One Piece. Because I was given an L deck to play for the first time. I like this card a lot. It's sweet. You can play her if your opponent has 3 or less life. Seems like a lot of the leaders right now have 4 life. I think Black Yellow Luffy does. I think NL does. I don't know if Sakazuki does, but he's getting banned apparently. Sorry, wrestling is lit today. Wrestling's always lit. I very loosely follow wrestling, but I enjoy watching it when I do. I played 4 Kiku. Anyways, get into Grand Blue so we can have something in common. I play Grand Blue. Oh, you mean the gacha? No shot. I can handle only one. I can only handle one gacha. I can only handle right now Star Rail. And then card games. Gotcha. 2 million volts. Amaru, they're running 3. 200 million volts. Running 3. This card seems super good. You don't understand, Ryder. He needs you to raid. Imagine like a JRPG. Well, the thing is, my favorite JRPG ever is FF10. Which I think Star Rail is actually really similar to. And you would love Gacha. I mean, Grand Blue. It is turn-based, right? I like turn-based. I don't have the I don't like action RPG. Not action RPGs, like active time battle RPGs. I don't like those. Entirely elemental advantage. I'd probably like it. I just don't have the time. That's a lie. I'm sitting here doing literally nothing. I'm sleeving cards. Change your team per fight. I do like that. And that's what I like about Star Rail too, right? Is like you have to the Star Rail endgame content is like you have to bring the right units to the fight. And you can like improvise if you don't have the like OP unit. Zero cost events. There is Summer Percival, so I mean there is they do have that going for it, right? Yeah, the Grand Blue units are hot. Cannot deny. I mean that's why I play the fighting game. Wrestling BRB? Yeah. It'll take me a while to get to 10k channel points, but once I get it, may I use the first of 5 to show buddy fight? Yeah, sure. I mean, I would have no idea what I'm doing, but I would give it a try. I learned card games fast. I didn't know Belial had a summer unit. Yeah, that's a famous one. I hope they bring that to the fighting game. 2 reject versus 3 reject. I think I will play 3 reject if I can. Looks like I only have 2. So it looks like I am playing 2. Might have to fill in the blank here a little bit. You need to see Summer. I've seen Summer Belial. Yeah, no, I know Summer Belial. I said I wish she had it in the fighting game. Had you muted? Okay. Meow. If you wanted a deck via look and design, what would you like? Brief looking description. I like Ikemon and Xander in Grand Archive. I like decks that play mid range. I like drawing lots of cards. I like cool, like Ikemon style characters for aesthetics. About it. 4 Amande in both decks. Wow. I guess because 2k counter. What does she do? She doesn't have a trigger. Yeah, she is literally a 2k counter. I don't think she does anything else. Her effect does not read that good. Hello? Or how do you open this? Oh, is it like sealed? Oh, there's tape. I have to clean up all these cards up too. I have cards. I was expecting something like, say, Dragons, Knights, Fairies, Furry, Anime. Furry anime sounds pretty much up my alley. I also like magical girl archetypes a lot. Need more inner. Go grab. Let me go grab. Found him. If I can search cards around that, heck. Yeah. Mond. sort of. Probably gonna. Oh wow, it's almost 11. Wait, I've been doing this like. I'm gonna end stream soon. I'll build this deck. No games tonight, I guess. Or maybe like one mimic logic run. Sounds fun. Maybe one mimic logic run. 8 cost Katakuri, 1. Kuro 0, Hiyori 0, Brule 1 and 2, El Thor, and NL. So I don't have Brule. This is 3 cards short. $49. How did that happen? Oh, I did the Onamis. So I'm 1 card short. I could just put a 7 mom in, or an 8 cost Katakuri in there. Is that too many big cards? Probably not. I'll just put both in the pile right now and decide, because I think that's kind of all the cards I have. The only other cards are like a couple more Volts and Onami. I don't have many other cards. Oh, I have to sleeve the Dawn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Should we put the Dawn in the Tanuki sleeves, I guess? Could also get like art sleeves or something for these. Grand Archive has really nice art sleeves. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty hungry. I think I'm gonna, after I sleeve this, I'm just gonna call it. We'll raid out to somebody, then I'll pick back up later this week. Like I said, I gotta enter locals a few nights this week, so I won't be able to stream. But I'll be back Friday or so, maybe late night Thursday, to stream. Thank you for your patience with me while I grind these points out. We'll get back to Grand Blue. Probably some fun games too. I'm gonna be trying some different stuff with stream. And then movie nights are gonna start up again. Join the Discord if you want to see about that. But movie nights are gonna start up again. Probably next week on like Thursday. Or maybe not Thursday, because that's the Yeti League. But next week, we'll start up movie again, I think. Not sure what movie. That's when you can. Let me just. And then I gotta clean up all these cards, which is why I'm gonna end. I have far too much mess right now, and I need to organize so that I am not anxious and. Like I'll be getting one more ad out of you. Ad starts in. I have exact cards here. This number of. This card's a nothing card. It's here, so it's gonna get us. Wait, what's this card? Oh. Binder. Head out. I think I don't have them out. No, but there's orange sleeve. I didn't pull 10. Or did I? Wait, I might be. I pulled too many, actually. Wow, surprising. Definitely look like not enough. Wait. Eh. Lovely. Nice evening. Ad starts in 30 seconds, so I'm going to wait for that. We'll wait for the ad to end, and then I'll say goodbye. Meantime, let's shuffle this up. Oh, it's got too many cards in it. Gotta. Boop, 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 boop. Ad's about to start. I'll sign off after the ad. I like these streams. Chatting, chilling. Hope you enjoy them too. We have a good time. Yeah. Very comfy. I want to become more of a TCG content creator. It's a little hard though. A little hard without like a ranked client. I might pigeonhole myself into that where like I think I need to be playing ranked against like randoms to make content. But that's all I've ever known, I guess. They were going for this hand sting. Four, five. We have to keep this. This hand is atrocious. 5 life. We would go first. Pass. We have like nothing. We would just dawn up the leader like fully. Reject. Trigger, draw 1 card. I think we would leave that there. Would go, they would probably hit us. We would use the trigger. And maybe they'd even hit us again. This has a trigger. If you have 0 life cards, you may add up to 1 card from the top of your deck. So I would just grab a ton of cards in. Now we're at 5, but now we can like play. Like, I'd probably just play get Datsu. Try to get some value out of it. And attacks, maybe attack one of their little dudes if they use something for it. Then I would probably have to start countering. I would like probably like counter to, I don't know how many attacks to expect. Probably just the one. 7, and now I'm chilling, right? Like now it's like draw. It just drops 7 big. They probably give us a life. Can't look at it. I'm so used to looking at it like in Grand Archive. Then we'd probably just swing. Dude. Probably dies. Hit us. Enma. Or where we can like Dawn Leader, juice up, take a look. Bolts at the bottom, right? That wants to. Then like cost kata, maybe, or we could go like Anji and Gadatsu. A lot of plays from. Or no, we can't do Sanji and Gadatsu because we don leader. We'd only have 8 mana. So we could do Sanji and like Arrow Sparrow or something. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to play this on Wednesday too. See if some folks can give me some pointers. Alright, I gotta clean up all these cards. Holy moly. But thanks for hanging out, everybody. I hope you had go here. Now. Let me find someone to raid. And we'll call it a night. Amy. Head Pat? Yeah, thank you. You're welcome for the stream. It's my pleasure. I like hanging out with you. Even if I'm just chilling. That's actually the best kind of chilling. Let's see. Who's playing? He has a cube. Or raiding. I think that is the. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I hope to catch one of yours sometime soon. Alright, I'm just gonna send it over here. Alright, bye y'all. Be good to one another. Make good choices. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.